Hello, everybody. The 2nd of April, and we feel already spring is in the air. Let me introduce myself. I am Kaat Jacobs, and I am delighted to do this presentation for you, SkyWorld Community Presentation, because I am the communication manager of the SkyWorld Community Platform. So, when did I got in contact with this company? In 2017. And I got also in contact with the technology that the platform is funding, and my mind was blown away. Why? This is a technology that is 20 years ahead of everything that exists now, and I will tell you and prove it to you. So in 2018, I was asked to be attending a business coach course. And this course was unique because there were people invited from all over the world. There were 130 people. You can see on the picture. We had a very good coach. He was tough on us, but he was very good. And I am a health coach and a conscious coach. So business was not my thing. And he taught me a lot. So after the year course in every month in another country, that was also very unique. We met again in another country every month for 1 year. There were 3 leaders chosen of the leaders team. And I was one of the 3. So the board members asked me to become the communication manager. Who are the board members? Well, we have 5 very hardworking people. We have Evgeny Kudryshov. This is our financial director, and he's taking care of the problems with the financing part, you know, the payment systems. He's at the moment in Dubai because some payment systems are not available at the moment at our platform, sadly, because, you know, all this, the situation in the world. And he's fixing it for us, yeah? Then you have Irina Volkova, the only female in the board group, and she's an engineer. She was there with the technology from the beginning. She supported from the beginning there, together with her husband, and her husband introduced me to this technology. He's also an engineer. Then we have Francesc Solar. He is a businessman and engineer. He is together with Dr. Maslov now in Vietnam to meet the president for the 2nd time. And because the president fell in love with the technology. I make you curious, yes? So Dr. Maslov is a lawyer, and I ask him the difficult questions, and he's doctor in economics. Then you have Alexei Shukodiev, and he is an engineer, the youngest of them all, but he's also very much into blockchain and the internet, and he's taking care of programs, education, and so on and so on. So what is SkyWorld Community actually? Well, we are a crowdfunding platform, I told you before, that is funding Unitsky UST, yeah, transportation. And what do we offer? We offer a convertible loan, so you can put in your money, and you have 2 options: or you become a co-host of the technology, or you get your money back after 3 years with 4% interest. And most people, well, I can't say everybody is choosing the first option, because the first option will never encounter your life again. And I will tell you all about it. So you can become a co-owner of the technology or a participant, or you can also become a partner, somebody who's active, helping us to share this opportunity with other people. Or you can be both like me, yeah? So I'm a huge co-owner, and I am a very, very active partner. I love to talk about the technology. It's in my system. I even dream about it. Because it's amazing. So what is this technology? You see at the right side, you see one of the vehicles, and please thank you to mute, because I'm recording this and it's not nice for people who look afterwards. So this is a innovative transportation system. That means it does not exist yet. Yeah, completely new. And it is working above the ground. You can see it. It's in the air. And that means it can drive over traffic, so no traffic jams. It is highly, highly developed, no pollution. There's even space engineering in there. And we can build anywhere, anywhere. And I will tell you how that works. So we know nature is challenging us, and we ourselves made a big mess, not only with people transportation, but also with cargo. And Unitsky, that is the name of the transportation technology, is giving a hassle-free, simplified solution. And there is no other solution at this moment effective as ours. You will say, whoa, Kaat, you're bragging. No, I am not. Why? I will show you. I was in board meetings with the Port of Antwerp. These people of the board of Antwerp told us all the problems they had the last 12 years. Last 12 years, no solution. Can you imagine? The port of Antwerp is one of the biggest ports in the world. In Europe, no solution for the problems. You can see me at the left picture at the bottom. You can see me holding my hat in my hands. I was just shocked what they told us. And so the engineer sitting next to me at my right, he is the engineer who also introduced me to the technology. And he went back to the CEO or the designer of the technology and told him everything. And they invited us 4 times. Yes, 4 times with lawyers, engineers, extra engineers, and so on. So what does this Unitsky offer? These are all the vehicles. And let me get rid of this floating panel so you can see everything. So we started with this one. It's a waste. Sorry, of my energy, because it will pop up anyway. So if anybody can help me with this pop-up window in the future, please contact me. So this is the first vehicle. And Charles, can you see my cursor? Can you see if I point something out? Are you there, Charles or Sarah?
Yes, I can hear you, Kaat.
And can you see my cursor?
No, we cannot.
You cannot see my cursor moving around?
No, I can't. I don't see it.
Oh, it's a shame. Okay. Well, anyway, if you see here, Unibike, the second picture at the left, this is where we started with. It is for 2 people. And then we have the Unibus. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th vehicle. That was the other one. And then the demand was bigger and bigger and bigger. And the demand was for very cold temperatures, for very high temperatures, sand, humidity, environments. Then the high speed at the right. And the 4th of them, if you count the vehicles 1, 2, 3, 4 down, you see, like a racket. It looks very sharp at the ends. That is the high speed. It goes 600 kilometers an hour. And then you have also loose cargo and so on. I will show you one by one. This is the Unibike. This is for 2 people. This can drive 150 kilometers an hour. The Unibus, the same, 150 kilometers an hour. And I sat in it. Yeah, I drove in it. It's amazing. You can imagine, here they are. The views are amazing. And it's a hassle-free. You don't feel it. You don't hear it. It's completely running on electricity at this moment. And these are on the tracks, the vehicles on the tracks in one of our test parks. Then you have this special one. I told you, sand, humidity, a very high Temperatures, well, this is the Unicar. Here he goes on the rails. Yeah, it's real. It's real. You can ride in it. And then the Unitruck is for loose cargo. This one is real. It can load and unload in 3 seconds. I saw it myself how it is done. It's genius. Then this is the Unitrans. This is for loading and unloading, also loads cargo, but especially for, you know, boats and trucks, and it goes very fast. Then this one, this little one, that's the smallest, the lightest. That's why it is called Uniwinged. And I will tell you a special story about this. You see that at the left side, you see it looks like a helicopter, and you see it. I took this picture myself. You see the people at the back. So this is quite a big vehicle, yeah. It is the size of a helicopter, but it's remote control, and it's not a helicopter. It's a drone, and this drone can lift up 1 ton. So that means the anchor at the other picture, where the Unibike's rails are put on, can be lifted by this drone and then placed anywhere without the environment damaging, you know. And isn't that amazing? And then we only need a few engineers and people to put it in the ground, and they can also fly there. So that's why we can build anywhere. It can be put anywhere. And then my favorite, this one goes very fast. It says 500 kilometers an hour, but the head of the engineers told me, God, this one will go 600 kilometers an hour. And I also sat in it. I was even in the premiere. Here I am in the world premiere in the what was the name of the fair again? I forgot about it. Forgot the name. Unitrans, no, Inotrans. And this was in Berlin. 1,500,000 special educated people, even ministers of transportation were there. It's not open for public, and it was amazing. It was amazing. The questions we had, the interest was wow. And then this one I like because this one will give us a solution for the container transportation. And you all know, you saw it on the news, container transportation is a big issue, big issue. And there you go, on the tracks, $1 per 100 ton the kilometer. Isn't that amazing? Do you know what an impact that's going to have on our food, the price of our food and stuff we buy? It's going to be much cheaper, because why is everything so expensive? Because it's transportation. And here we go. And you can see also pictures of the engineers working on it. This is also in Belarus, and the picture above was in Sharjah. So how does the technology work? Let me explain you the secret. You have a metal rail, yeah, that's normal, but we are filling it up with flexible concrete. So that means the rail cannot break. So that means tsunamis, hurricanes, earthquakes, you name it, the rail will not break. Then you see these white dots? These white dots are not dots, but strings, metal strings, and they are wrapped around each other so they can bear very heavy load. And so the rail will bear very heavy load. We can transport 60,000 people in 1 hour. Isn't that amazing? Can you imagine what we can do for cargo? And so this flexible concrete has an extra advantage. It absorbs sound. This is a patent of our CEO. Then on top, you see this metal on top. This is also a patent of our CEO. This is a special combination of metal. And what does it do? The wheel also has this covered with this metal. And when the wheel drives on the rail, there will be almost no friction. So that means the vehicle doesn't need extra fuel or electricity. and it will make no sound. And we all know the sound of metal on metal, yeah, with the trains and the trams. It's a horrible sound, and that will not be there. And you can see also here there are tubes, so we can transport and other things in the rails if we want that, yeah, if it's necessary. Then the main tracks are 5 times smoother and 3 times stronger. Why? Well, you can see in bridges you have anchors, and our rails are doubled anchored. Yeah, you see the red arrows, and you will see it later on in the pictures. They are double anchored. So 5 times smoother, 3 times stronger. I can tell you, if you drive in these vehicles, you have to look outside to see if you're moving, because it doesn't make a sound, and it's not a bumpy ride. You can stand without holding your hands. And the views are amazing, of course, because you're above the ground. And you can see we can build anywhere above water, mountains, valleys, and so on. Then we have 3 sort of rails adjusted to the environment. The flexible one is for remote areas, and between 2 anchors there can be 5 kilometers in distance. 5 kilometers from where you are sitting now. 5 kilometers, can you imagine, is the next anchor. That is a very far distance, so that's mind-blowing. And this vehicle, well, it can be built over water, you know, mountains, whatever, yeah, remote areas. Then the second one is the rigid one. The rigid one is especially, that's a double, yeah, you can see on top and down below, and it is specially designed for heavy load, very heavy load. Yeah, a lot of people in the same time. So between big cities, or from a city to a harbor, or an airport, yeah, or a port, whatever. Then the semi-rigid, the top one, you can compare with the train, a tram, a bus, whatever, yeah, in cities, yeah. So and it's all ecological friendly. And you see here at the right, you see how the rail look like, and everywhere you can see the dots. So this means these metal strings. You can see the fill-up flexible concrete in every of them. And then the heart of our technology is also a patent by our CEO. This is a specially designed engine. It can run on every environment-friendly fuel, and next to it, there's the wheel. You can see it at both sides. Here's a wheel, there's a wheel. And remember, the wheel is covered with this metal. When the metal drives on the metal of the rail, it will not make any sound because the friction is almost none, zero. So what are the advantages? Yeah, and I can assure you there are many. But one of them is the aerodynamics. You saw that the high speed is very pointed, yeah. And the CEO took quite a while. He took him 40 years to design this technology, but it took him quite a while to find the best aerodynamics. And aerodynamics are expressed in CX. So the CX of a car is 0.4, and you see the yellow arrow here. This is the problem, well, the challenge with a car. The air gets trapped underneath the vehicle, and it swirls around around at the back. That means that the vehicle will be pulled back a little bit. So the vehicle needs extra fuel to get forward. A Formula 1 car is doing already much better, but still the CX is 0.2. You see also the swirling at the back, so that the air gets trapped. With the high speed, it's in the air, so the air is not trapped, and the CX is 0.06. That means if this vehicle passes you at 500, 600 kilometers an hour, there will be no sound, you will not feel it, you will not hear it, and the leaves on the trees will not move. Isn't that amazing? And it doesn't, of course, use a lot of energy. So we can save up 880 ton fuel each year per vehicle. Wow. Then the parameters. Well, this was a discussion in the port in Antwerp when I was there. How much does it cost? How much are the operation costs? How much energy does it cost? What are the capacities? You know, you name it. Here they are. Capital cost, so that means the building cost, very low. You see the green, that is Unitsky. Compare with the other ones, very, very low. Then the operation cost, again, very low. So that means the maintenance. Then the energy consumption, very low. Remember, no friction of the wheel on the rail. The aerodynamics are you know, very high developed. But then the capacity, boom, we beat them all. Yeah. And of course, most important, the safety and the environment, you know, the pollution, very, very low. Unitsky, the CEO, always says, I am saving every year, I will save every year 1.5 million people's lives, because that is how many people lose their lives with the current transportation. Isn't that sad? 1.5 million. Then, of course, the time delivery and the delivery cost is, we are doing very good comparing with the others. You can see that. And then comparing with the other current solutions, because a lot of people say, send me current solutions, especially in the East countries and in the Middle East and you know, in other Asian countries. Let's compare them. You have the monorail, the magnet levitation, and the hyperloop. Everybody knows them. So thank God they're all eco-friendly and they're all very safe. Well, the hyperloop medium, but still safe. Then there is the problem, the challenge. They all need a flat ground before they can build the tracks. Yeah. Do you imagine what it's needed to have a flat ground in a mountainous area or a swamp area? What you need to do before you can build the transportation, how much time, effort, money, energy, people it's necessary to make the ground flat. And we can build anywhere. We only need some places to put our anchors. That's it. Yeah, because the Hyperloop is going 1,200 kilometers an hour. Yes, but see the price tag, 100 million and more the kilometer. The kilometer. Do you know that at the left side, you see a train? Well, the tracks cost 22 million the kilometers. So next time you sit on a train, every kilometer, you know, 22 million. And then again, there goes 22 million. Yeah. And Unitsky is costing between 3 and 8 kilometers, 8 million the kilometers. That's a big difference. So what do you think your government will choose or big companies will choose as a solution? So who puts in so much effort and time for 40 years now, more than 40 years of his life in this technology? Let me introduce you this amazing man, Anatoly Unitsky Eduardovich. This man, I spoke with him twice. And one time I sat down with him 1.5 hours and he said to me, ask me any questions. And I did. I had a lot of questions. And this is a space engineer. He's a genius. I always say, if this man was an actor, he would be world famous. He is famous in the engineer world and the science world. So this man has 150 inventions on his name. How many inventions have we on our name? This guy has 150 inventions on his name. He wrote 20 monographies, that means 20 books, and 200 scientific papers. So can you imagine what this man did in his life? And he is obsessed with improving the environment, obsessed with it. How his brain works, just mind-blowing, mind-blowing. He's always thinking about improvement, improvement. And here you have some pictures of his designs long time ago. Then the real picture here at the left, you see him standing above, underneath a vehicle. That is his first test park, and the vehicle is still there. They renovated it. And it's shown off in one of our test parks. In one of our test parks, you can see all his design, because they started a museum there. And at the right part, you can see his latest design, and that is Sky Space. His idea is to bring all the factories in space, so that our planet is just a green planet. I am in for that. So let me show you his patterns from all over the world. And then he brought the technology all over the world. And here you see me standing, talking to him with the engineer that introduced me to this technology and to the platform. And these two gentlemen at the right of me, they are from the National Railroad Company of my country, Belgium. And they told us all the problems they have. And they asked me, is the CEO of this technology here? And yes, he was. And so they asked for help. And he took the technology all over the world. And you see, sheikhs are interested, of course, because they all know that transportation is in big, big trouble. Okay, let me put these people in. And then here you have Madame Nadezhda. This is his wife. She's also an engineer, and she is also a business brain. So she's taking care of the business while he is taking care of the technology, and she's quite good in it. You see her here with a certificate she won in 2018. What are the production results? People ask me, what did you do all these years with the money we gathered? Of course, everybody needs to know, because we're all co-owners. We all have a piece of the company. So at the right side, you see our building. This building is located in Minsk. Minsk is the main capital of Belarus. Belarus is an independent country between Russia and Europe. Yeah? Independent. This building is ours, not from the bank. It's ours. Yeah. Then on the left part at the bottom, you see some people who work for us. These are high educated people. We have a little bit more than 600 people working for us. And at the bottom right, you see them all standing there in the test park in Belarus with the technology vehicles above their heads. Then we have also a factory where are we making all these vehicles and tracks. We started with the building in the center, and then we built some side buildings extra. Why? Because we expanded. We only started with 2 vehicles. And then at the bottom, you see the engineers working. At the right, you see them working. And at the left, they are proudly standing in front of the tropical vehicle. This is the vehicle that can stand sand and humidity and high temperature. And at the right, this is a vehicle that can stand very cold temperatures. And people ask me then, yeah, Kaat, these vehicles are in the air, but made completely out of glass. Isn't that dangerous? Well, this is again another patent of our CEO. This is smart glass. So this glass can there can be a projectile at the speed of 500 kilometers an hour impacting in this glass, and the glass will not break. Plus, the glass also keeps the temperature in the vehicle at a very nice temperature. Then we own a test park in Marina Gorka. Marina Gorka is a little village, 150 kilometers from Minsk, the main capital of Belarus. This was a ugly piece of land. It was swampy, and a test area for tanks from the army. And we made a beautiful place there. I've been there twice. You see the trees there at the bottom, at the top. These are fruit trees. We also have a greenhouse, so we grow our own fruits and vegetables there. And you see also there's a little pond in the middle with a house, an eco house in front. And you see that house at the right. This is a self-sufficient house, completely self-sufficient house, one of my dreams. And so why are we doing this? Well, when delegates come and visit us, they get fish from our ponds and fruit and vegetables from our own gardens. And why? To show them that we have this completely ecological transportation, and this is to prove them, yeah, that is completely ecological. Then we have another test park in Sharjah. Sharjah is the university city of the United Arab Emirates next to Dubai. If you want to know where it is, if you want to visit it, please contact. You see in the bottom right, you see contacts. Make a copy of it before you go there, at least a month, because they're building at the moment. Pardon me, make sure that you contact them when it is good. Can you mute? Thank you. When it's good to visit there, when it's convenient to visit there, because at the moment they're building, so they're not open for public at the moment. And then you see here some pictures at the left, the bigger picture. In the middle there somewhere, you see my head, a very hot day in Sharjah. This is a special picture. Why? Because this was the placing of the first anchor there in our test park, in the second test park, and the leaders team was invited, and we were very proud. It was a big day for us, another achievement. Then you see that right above the indication where the certification and the test park of USky is with the CEO of the test park himself and the CEO of the EFTO technology. Then at the right, this is the last building, newest building that was built in the test park cargo and passenger terminal. And I think it's quite okay. Then we were part of the World Government Summit in 2019 and last year in September. That's always good. And then we got a lot of news. We were in the news everywhere, even in CNN Business and Fox News. And I can tell you our inboxes and telephone were experienced tsunamis. Then we were also on the expo in India, in Delhi, and we were also in the expo of Dubai, of course. And here's some really good pictures of one of my team members from India, Mr. Said. He was very helpful and explaining people and inviting, sharing information with co-hosts and people who were very interested, of course, in the technology. And thank you again. He was just doing great. Then this picture is also very important. Let me hide the floating panel. Here you see our CEO when this black thing goes away. Thank you. With a certificate in his hand. As happy as a small child, because don't forget, this man dedicated his life to this technology. And this certificate says that the Unitsky String Technology is recognized as a reliable bona fide partner of business activities in Belarus and abroad. So that means that the commercial world acknowledge the technology as being okay. So that means soon in this year, when the first tracks are up and running, there will be a new technology, a new transportation technology. You know, cars, you know, planes, automobiles. Ooh, I'm sorry. That was outside, luckily. There are, you know, trains, trams, buses, you know, the vehicles. And there will be now U-Sky. And yes, there were more than 50 international delegates coming from all over the world to our test parks that we are very proud of. And we, of course, show them around. Then what is in for you? Because, okay, Kaat, you told us about the technology and how wonderful it is, but what is in for you? That's why you're here. What is your opportunity in this story? Well, we have a financial plan that started in 2014, and we is the crowdfunding platform. And we have 15 stages, and we are now at 14.2. When we passed the 8 stages, there was no risk. Why? Because we own now enough asset that can give the money back to the investors. Yeah, so there's no risk. And we are in 14.2 stage now, just before the last jump. Now, if you have a back office, read the documents about the financial stages, and you see what is planned. Yeah, and so you can still become a co-owner. The shares are still very, very cheap, very cheap. And we have for every budget a solution. So $50, you can start with $50 and you have already 800 shares. And you can even buy packages that can you pay off in 5 or 9 months. And yes, we are with 400,000 investors from in every country represented. In the picture at the left, you can see me very proudly standing in front of the camera in the eco park in Belarus, and you see the high speed in the back. And these are some people of my country who are also co-owners. So what will you get in your hands when you buy a package? You will get dividends. And please, please, please pay attention to what I'm saying now. This is very important. These are dividends. That means that they will give you a passive income as soon as the company makes profit. This year, the company makes profit, and when all the costs are gone, yeah, all the costs are deducted, then 20% will go to the co-owners. So people who have the dividend shares in their hands, on their names. And these dividend shares will give you a passive income. The first 4 years, don't expect too much, because then the profit will be smaller. Why? Because the small project will be finished. But after 4 years, there will be amazingly big projects. 1,000 kilometers. Remember, 3 till 8 million the kilometer. So this is about millions and millions and millions, and we get 20% of the profit. Normally, dividends give you 6% of the profit. Here it is 20%, 20. And no, you cannot give these dividends to your neighbor or your sister, but they are inherited. Yeah, so if you leave this beautiful planet, then you give these shares to your children or to people who you want to inherit them. So you give also a financial future for your children, yeah, or people you love. And yes, you can sell them if the company does a buyback, or if we go on the stock market. But would you sell the chicken with the goose with the golden eggs? Would you do that? This will give you a financial income for the rest of your life, as long as you have these shares in your possession. Yeah, and I didn't told you, but Unitsky gives 100 years guarantee on the tracks. 100 years. 100 years from now, 100 years on the tracks. Yeah, that is a long time. So it's a safety net for you, financial safety net for you and your spouse. Remember this, please. And then people ask you, yeah, but what about the stock market? Yeah, let me tell you what about the stock market. If we say shares, people think about the stock market because a lot of them don't know better because they heard about it. Let me explain to you what the impact of the stock market has on our shares. So you have A-class shares and B-class shares. The ones we are having are the A-class shares, the best of the best of the best. We are in the pre-IPO. So the shares are very cheap and still available. Once we would go on the stock market, and at this moment it's not a good idea because first of all, nobody knows us. Who wants to own shares of the stock on the stock market of this company who is not known yet? And second, the stock market is very unstable at the moment, so it would be suicide to go on the stock market. Yeah, and we do not need the stock market. What does the stock market then has an advantage on us as the shareholders of the A-class shares? Well, that B-class shares, the normal shares, the ones you buy, sell, and hope to make some profit. If our company is known, so when there are commercial tracks and we would go on the stock market, people would like to own shares and then wait until they go up and then they sell them. Yeah, and if the price of these B-class shares go up, the profit and the value of the company will go up, and or A-class shares, so the dividend share, will bring us more profit. You understand the impact? So we have A-class shares. These are the best of the best. If the B-class shares, if we would go on the stock market, would go up in price, then the value of the company goes up in price, then the profit will go up in, be more, and we will have more for one of our dividend share. Yeah, and the more shares you get, the more you will earn. So I will say to you, get on this rapidly growing transportation company train. Yeah, how do you do that? These are examples of packages, one-time payment packages. You see, for example, this one under the one above the red line, $1,000, 30,000 shares, 3 cents each share if you buy them in one time. And the more you buy, the cheaper they get. You can see that. You also see the package of $50, 800 shares. Your share costs you 6 cents. 6 cents. It's still very cheap. No? Okay, then you see the stable, the package that is called stable. It's $1,000. You get 28,000 shares. So that means 2,000 less as you pay in one time, but you can pay this off in $200 a month. 5 months, $200. If you start, you see that $1,000 next to the 28,000. If you start with a double payment, you even get $1,000 the shares on top, and your share costs you 4 cents. 4 cents. Please mute. We're still recording. Thank you. So, how do you get connected? You get connected through a person that refers you, because there's a referral program on it, because we want to keep below the radar. Yeah, we don't want to make a lot of noise. And because we have to protect our technology. And so you give your name, email, and phone number to the person who brought you here. If nobody brought you here, you just found me on the internet, then connect with us when I stop this recording. So you give your name, email, and telephone number to the person who brought you here. And they will connect you and give you a back office. The login, and please pay attention, the login is new.skyway.capital. Yeah, that's the login. Do not Google, yeah, the name. Do not Google the technology if you want to log in. What you do is when you get connected to the platform, you will get an email to confirm that you are connected, and then you have to get verified. You also get a confirmation of that, and you will get the login address. Please use that email or copy it and send it to you in an email. Never start from Google. Why? People lost money because there are hackers on the internet, and they change the login address, and they bring you, you think that you're in your back office and you upload money, and they steal your money, and we cannot do anything about it. It's so sad, but we can't. And then we have a hide this floating panel. So we have a Android on this Android phone. You see the right picture, that's my phone. We have a app, a free app. You just look for us, SkyWorld Community, SWC. Look at the logo, yeah. Maybe take a screenshot, and you can download it on your phone. What can you do with it? It shows you the news about the platform, about the technology, and then also how much money you still have on there, how much referral bonuses you got, how much share you own, and so on and so on. So here are some official, and there are more, but here are some official website addresses, YouTube channel. Unitsky, the general designer and the CEO, has his own website. He also has his Twitter, and he has his Instagram. And be nice to him, yeah? This man dedicated his life to this technology. He had a vision when he was 6 years old that he would change the transportation of the world. And he's doing it now. But he always he's a very kind, ethical man, and he's always very, very happy with a nice word or a like or a reaction of appreciation. Yeah. So please do that. Please do that. Support him. He needs it, and he deserves it. So if you have any questions, if you have doubts, I'm the communication manager of this platform. I will talk to you. Of course, people have a lot of questions. I will answer all the questions after this recording for all the people who are live with me here. You can contact me on india@skyway.capital because I'm responsible for India. Then you can also find me on WhatsApp. And then I started a Facebook group, SkyWorld No Millionaires, and that came from a joke. And it is now a group of more than 11,000 people. And I answer all the questions personally. We also have a huge channel on that name, a Telegram channel, and an Instagram channel. So connect with me. I'm the communication manager of this platform. Any question, I answer them myself personally. Thank you for your interest and your teamwork. We love you. We are a big family. We're a huge community. We are here for each other. We support each other. And I hope you'll next time be live with me here in the chat. and in the Zoom room, so we can chat and we can talk and we can ask questions, and I can answer all your questions. I love questions. So I will stop this recording. Hope see you next time live for the people who are looked at the recording. And bye for now. And every Saturday I'm here for you guys. So bye for now.